Welcome guys to session 118. We have a lot to talk about, guys. So, obviously this past Friday evening, we, went to war with Iran, guys, and we took out, Iran's Supreme Leader, Ali Khamenei, and the Ayatollah. And, we are trying to pretty much wipe out their whole nuclear program because, the current administration sees it as a big threat, guys. So let's dive into, how the market's doing. It happened Friday night. Obviously had to wait until Monday, but we saw a little bit in, when the futures opened yesterday, we saw it, go down. We saw 24-hour market kind of go down, and then it opened today down as well, but then rebounding today as people were buying the dip, guys. So let's go into it. We're going to be going over to, CNBC live updates. We're going to go to X. We're going to look at some stuff there, maybe ask Grok some things, and then we're going to get into, some technical analysis. We're going to, check out, top 5 stocks that are going, ripping for the day, and then the bottom 5 stocks. And then we are also going to be doing a new thing. We're going to be, picking, a stock for, the next week that we think, we're going to probably ask AI, and then we're going to go against AI to, competition. So we'll see if we get to that, but let's dive into, what's going on, guys. So we have the S&P 500 closing flat today, rebounding from lows as traders buy the dip after US-Iran attack. So let's go ahead and read this, guys. The S&P 500 ended Monday just above the flat line, rebounding from sharp declines earlier in the day, as investors bought the dip following U.S. and Israel strikes on Iran over the weekend. Here are some major factors fueling the comeback, guys. We had U.S. oil prices came off their highest levels of the session, easing concerns about the war's impact on the U.S. economy. We have investors bought heavily the tech leaders of the bull market like Nvidia, Microsoft, cash-rich companies that could be resilient to any war impact. There's history of equities largely shaking off past geopolitical conflicts. The S&P 500 inching up 0.04, not a whole lot, but it's something, and closing at 68.81. Broad market index cut its losses after falling 1.2% at its lows. We also have the NASDAQ higher today, with the Dow falling 73.14 points, or 0.15, sitting at 48,904, guys. So let's get into pretty much the nitty gritty here. So future markets overreacted to the Iran conflict, creating an opportunity to buy the S&P 500 as it neared its 2026 lows, said Jeff Kilberg, CEO of KKM Financial, who posted Sunday night that the market would turn green before the close Monday. We remain in a bull market despite escalating geopolitical tensions. Nvidia shares gaining nearly 3% today, and Microsoft was up more than 1%. Just 4 of the 11 sectors in the S&P 500 were positive on the day: energy, industrials, tech, and real estate. So here we go, guys. So the joint U.S.-Israeli strikes killed Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, marking a watershed moment for the Islamic Republic in one of its most consequential episodes since 1979. He was the second Supreme Leader to rule that country, and, he is now gone. President Donald Trump said Monday that the military operation against Iran was our last best chance to strike to eliminate the intolerable threats posed by this sick and sinister regime. He also says that he believes the U.S. will easily prevail in the country and anticipates the conflict will last 4 to 5 weeks, though he added it could go on for longer than that, guys. So we are in this for the long haul. We are obviously adjusting the portfolio to this. Iranian officials vowed a forceful retaliation against the strikes, raising fears the conflict could escalate further across the region as blasts were heard in places such as Dubai and Abu Dhabi. We had U.S. crude prices, oil, gaining as investors worried the confrontation could spiral into a broad war that disrupts supplies. Iran is the fourth largest oil producer in OPEC. Crude was up 12% at its high. I think they're also, I see it right here, the Strait of Hormuz, guys. So the oil prices came off their highs of the day, which helped sentiment. Brent crude futures were still up 8% after an Iranian Revolutionary Guard commander said the Strait of Hormuz, the world's most important choke point for crude flows, was closed. A sustained interruption there could reverberate, though, global energy markets and reignite inflation pressures. Guys, here's another quote here. You guys could read that, pause the video. Here is more stuff on, looks like oil and defense stocks. On top of the tech and rise in defense stocks helped the major averages recoup a chunk of their losses. Northrop Grumman advancing 6%, while Lockheed Martin climbing more than 3%. Energy shares, including ExxonMobil and Chevron, saw gains as well. To conclude on CNBC Live updates here, guys, traders Monday may also be getting ahead of a well-known historical pattern where stocks dip initially, but typically trade higher in weeks following geopolitical conflicts. Data from Wells Fargo shows the S&P 500 typically turns positive within 2 weeks of a major conflict and is higher by 1% on average 3 months out. So we'll see where the market goes with this, guys. We just gotta, react accordingly. We did prepare the portfolio. You guys could go check that out. Go to our website, mogulfellas.com, check out membership. We have a Patreon now, guys, and then you could also get access. If you do get into our Patreon, you can also get into the Discord. Here is the Patreon, guys. We started this. We do our daily journal in here and then our weekly report, guys. So yeah, guys, so that is pretty much CNBC Live updates. We could leave a link in the description below here if you wanted to read this, and I think it updates every so often, so check out CNBC Live updates, guys. So now let's get into X, guys. We bookmarked some posts here. All right, guys, let's play this. This is Trump's speech of him telling the American people what happened to Ali Khamenei. Let's play this, and then let's go over some other bookmarks that we bookmarked.
Matter of literally minutes, Iran's formerly Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds and even thousands of Americans on his hands and was responsible for the slaughter of countless thousands of innocent people all across many countries. Last night, all over Iran, the voices of the Iranian people could be heard cheering and celebrating in the streets when his death was announced. The entire military command is gone.
So you guys can watch this. It's on his page, his X page, but let's go over some other stuff. Here is, U.S. Central Command posting this. As President Trump stated, our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime. Let's go ahead and play this, guys. 39 seconds. What our military is pretty much capable of, guys. So there's that video, guys. You could go to that and check that out, that page. Here is, a B-2 getting ready, guys, armed with 2,000-pound bombs, guys. We don't want to use these, but they're going to leave us no choice. So there's the B-2, guys. Here is Pete Hegseth.
Direction, direct
we'll
orders of President Donald J. Trump, the Department of War launched Operation Epic Fury, the most lethal, most complex, and most precise aerial operation in history. For 47 long years, the expansionist and Islamist regime in Tehran has waged a savage, one-sided war against America. They didn't always declare it openly, except for their constant chants of death to America. They did it through the blood of our people. Car bombs in Beirut, rocket attacks on our ships, murders at our embassies, roadside bombs in Iraq and Afghanistan, funded and armed by Iranian Quds Force and IRGC killers. My generation of veterans carried the names of brothers who never came home. Brothers butchered by Iranian-backed roadside bombs and well-armed militias, thousands of our own. We didn't start this war, but under President Trump, we are finishing it.
So that is pretty much Pete Hegseth. Here's more of him as well.
Has waited for since 1979, and since the rudderless wars of hubris, my generation, our generation, endured. Don't listen to the noise. Just stay focused. Our commander-in-chief is steady at the wheel. We face a determined enemy, but you are better. But we must prove it every single day. History doesn't care if we're tired, if we're scared, or if the fight feels big. It demands warriors who rise anyway.
So if you guys gonna go watch that, it's 2 minutes long. Here is CNN.
Rob, I'm just hearing in my ear, just told my colleague Jake Tapper that the big wave is yet to come. So clearly things are going to be escalating, not de-escalating in the future.
Well, I think.
And President
So that's
Trump,
CNN reporting that, you know, the worst is yet to come, guys. Or Pete Hegseth here of potential sleeper cells, guys.
Kind of what has the Trump administration been doing to kind of monitor?
Don't want to scare you guys, but this is, you know, a concern.
Full coordination. Of course, we're paying attention to any potentialities there. This is a former regime, that seeks to export that ideology, try to sow terror. We're ready for that. We've seen these types of folks before, and the American people can rest assured that we're vigilant on that.
Right here. Secretary, thank you. Kind of a follow up on that last question. There was just this, what appears to be a terrorist attack in Austin yesterday. How does that change the operation at all? What effect does that have?
It doesn't change the operation at all, and I know the authorities are executing.
So there's Pete Hegseth mentioning, you know, his thoughts on, you know, potential sleeper cells in America, and, you know, his thoughts on, you know, Austin. Rest in peace to, you know, those that were affected by that attack. Obviously, you know, the shooter was wearing, you know, a shirt saying "Property of Allah," and, you know, he was wearing an Iranian shirt under. Here's Marco Rubio, guys.
Over 100 of these missiles a month. Compare that to the 6 or 7 interceptors that can be built a month. They can build 100 of these a month, not to mention the thousands of one-way attack drones that they also have. They've been doing this for a very long time, and by the way, they've been doing it under sanction. You see the attacks they're conducting right now? They're attacking airports, they're attacking hotels, they're hitting not just military bases, they're attacking our embassies directly, they're attacking facilities that have nothing to do with war or with military, and that's a weekend Iran. That's in Iran despite years of sanction. Imagine a year from now, or a year and a half from now, the capabilities they would have to inflict damage on us. It's an unacceptable risk, especially in the hands of a regime that's run by radical clerics. The Ayatollah was a radical cleric. That entire regime is led by radical clerics who don't make geopolitical decisions. They make decisions on the basis of theology, their view of theology, which is an apocalyptic one. That has to be taken very seriously as well. So that was the purpose for what this operation is all about. That's what.
So there is Marco Rubio. Here's more of him here.
And the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us. And we were not going to sit there and absorb a blow before we responded. Because the Department of War assessed that if we did that, if we waited for them to hit us first after they were attacked, and by someone else, Israel attacked them, they hit us first, and we waited for them to hit us, we would suffer more casualties and more deaths. We went proactively in a defensive way to prevent them from inflicting higher damage. Had we not done so, there would have been hearings on Capitol Hill about how we knew that this was going to happen, and we didn't act preemptively to prevent more casualties and more loss of life.
So there's Marco Rubio, guys. Here is some footage. I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but here is, you know, the first footage apparently of death of Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei and 24 top commanders along with him. This video has been going viral and wanted to show you guys that. Then also we have, you know, U.S. continues to destroy Iranian ballistic missile sites inside of Iran. Here is that. And then here is today we had a fighter pilot go down, U.S. fighter pilot.
You need something to help you?
And, you know, it was in Kuwait, and we had residents going
No
up
problem,
to
you're
her,
safe.
seeing if she was okay.
You're safe. Everything good? No problem. Thank you for helping us. Everything perfect?
So there's the reaction.
You're fine?
That. Here is, you know, a video of the B-1 bomber. Brits News. We also have more. We have IDF launching extensive strikes on Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon, hitting over 70 targets, guys. Here's pretty much what is going on right now. U.S. Secretary, we kind of heard from him a little bit above. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the hardest hits on Iran are yet to come, guys. Here's pretty much a reaction of what is going on. So guys, that is pretty much all the bookmarks we have. Now let's you know, dive into some technical analysis, guys. Let's go dive into Robinhood and see what's going on over there. All right, guys, now we are in Robinhood here. Hopefully there's better audio. To get to, you know, show you guys those videos, we have to unplug our you know, our Yeti to be able to, you know, show you those videos. Unfortunately, we can't, it doesn't allow us to you know, give audio from X. So now we are in you know, Robinhood. We could see now pretty much how, you know, the S&P 500 has been, you know, going these past, you know, year to date. It's been really choppy, and we thought, you know, the whole, you know, war with Iran was going to, you know, cause this market to go down, but really, you know, we are seeing, you know, if it being choppy, we still see it go down, but we saw a lot of people buying the dip, guys. So that's, you know, very good for, you know, the stocks, especially people that don't have cash right now and can't afford, you know, the market going down some more. But yeah, guys, let's go over pretty much the top 5 and bottom 5 stocks that performed in our 50 stocks that we watched in the Mogul 30 portfolio, guys. So we have BMNR really up 8.48%, guys. You know, we see it really taking a, you know, major hit. We see that stock up 8.48. We see MSTR up 6.68%. Palantir really killing it as well today, up 6.05%, trying to, you know, get above this 200-day here. We see it currently in overbought levels there on the RSI. We see Mara, another crypto stock here, up 5.82, and IBIT. So, you know, really we see a lot of crypto names. We see 4 crypto names in the top 5 that performed well today. BMNR, we saw, MSTR, Mara, and IBIT, guys. And then Palantir, kind of a defense and tech stock, guys, up as well. So that is the top 5. The bottom 5, guys, you know, we have Berkshire Hathaway down 4.79% today. We see MGM down 3.15%. We have Home Depot down 2.68%. eBay we have down 2.29%, and then Procter and Gamble, guys, down 2.08%. All right, guys, so now for the stock competition. We are actually going to be doing it per month, we have decided, And for the month of March, it's March 2nd right now, as we're recording this video. We are going to pick one stock, and Grok is going to pick one stock. The stock we are picking is going to be Tesla, guys, here. So we see, Tesla, we, are very biased. I mean, it's our first competition. We own, the Mogul Fellows portfolio is majority Tesla stock. So we, have it at a great pricing point here, 402. Obviously, if this Iran thing continues, if a lot of stuff continues, we could see it, go down more. But Tesla can move a lot, and we have it at a low here, kind of at the 402 range. We have a low at 380 and a high at 499 here on this 4-hour chart. So we are choosing Tesla at a 402 range here. So let's write this down. Price 402 402.64, guys. And at the end of March, we will analyze who has the most ROI. So we chose Tesla. Grok is we actually right here asked Grok what it wanted to choose, and it chose Constellation Energy, guys. So let's write that down for Grok, and let's write down where it's at, guys. So if we type in the ticker here for Constellation Energy, we have it trading at 326.75. All right, so at the end of this month, we will let you guys know who wins the March stock competition, guys. So yeah, we chose Tesla at the 402.64 range. They chose Constellation Energy. Grok chose Constellation Energy at 326.75, guys. So that is the stock competition for March, us going against Grok for this competition. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to session 118. It was a hell of a session, guys. We went over a bunch of stuff, pretty much what's going on with the market after the Iranian war that broke out this past Friday evening. We went over a bunch of stuff on X content, a bunch of videos, and then we dove into some technicals here, our top 5 and bottom 5 stocks out of the Mogul watch list here, what is up and what is down. And then we also did the stock competition here, the very first one, and we chose Tesla. A little biased, but we chose Tesla at that 402 level, and Grok chose Constellation Energy at the 326 level, guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to be a part of our Patreon, guys, we just started it. Go over to mogulfellows.com, check out membership. You guys get our daily journal and our weekly reports, probably a bunch of other content as well will be posted in that our Patreon. And then you also get access to our Discord, guys, where we post our daily alerts. If you guys want our daily alerts in real time, then you guys can get access to that as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit the outro.